What happened at Mother Bethel Church is not just a protest story, it's a warning about how fragile sacred spaces remain in America today. MAGA supporters, angry over the death of Charlie Kirk, decided their outlet for frustration would be black churches. They weren't showing up to pray. They were not there for community. They were there to disrupt, and they were met with resistance.
No, you're not coming in. You're not coming in. Simple as that. You're not coming into our sacred spaces. You're not coming in.
It's a sacred ground.
You're not coming in. You're not coming in.
Why not? Why can't I come in? Because I said you're not.
This is Larry Krasner's town hall at Mother Bethel Church at Society Hill.
Sacred spaces. You're not coming on sacred spaces.
Where were all you? Where were you yesterday?
You're not coming in our sacred space. As simple as that. Because I said you're not coming in. I'm saying you're not coming in.
You have no right to tell
You're not coming in.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
You're not coming in our sacred space. You'll see what it needs. I don't care. You'll see what it needs to come up in here. You're going to see what it needs.
He said don't threaten people. Don't threaten people, he said. Don't threaten people.
We were trying to come to the event. They denied us entry. They have a human wall. They have the blue wall.
Hey guys, it's Leash. Listen, so, God, why? I mean, if it's not one thing, it's another. So, apparently there's this whole push for MAGA folks. I'm assuming it's, and let me know in the comments if I'm wrong, but I'm assuming it's just white males of the MAGA movement that have been attempting to go, or are attempting to go into black churches to protest because of the sermons that were preached by certain black ministers about Charlie Kirk that was not to MAGA's liking, right? So you're going to go into these houses of worship to do what? You know what I'm saying? You're going in there to, interrupt worship of God. You're going in there to cause commotion in the house of the Lord.
White people, stop playing with black church. Y'all, seriously, stop playing with black church. Because watching what happened yesterday at Mother Bethel, and shout out to every black body, every white ally that held the line for that little raggedy white boy that was trying to sow seeds of discontent, right? Mother Bethel is the oldest piece of land, not church, the oldest piece of land owned by African Americans in this country.
I'm just trying to figure out how is it black people's fault that Mr. Kirk has been unalive and he has passed away, when it clearly was one of the their people that had done the crime. Okay, the family's background, everything, it was all, basically MAGA blueprint, Republican blueprint, and things didn't go the guy's way. He knew Charlie Kirk and say something went down, and then he turned against Charlie Kirk, and what ended up happening was Charlie Kirk was unalived at the end because of it. So I'm just trying to figure out how's it black people's fault, and why y'all always displacing y'all angers on the wrong fucking people, and this y'all's problem. Y'all are pathetic and sorry.
This is sacred space. Let's pause on that. The phrase sacred space carries weight. It isn't about politics. It isn't about preference. It isn't about survival. For centuries, black churches have been the heartbeat of protection, of resistance, or dignity in the face of violence. When outsiders attempt to barge in, whether through bombs in Birmingham, bullets in Charlton, or political rage in Philadelphia, they are not just interrupting worship. They are threatening the sanctuary that has always given life to a people determined to endure. Now, this latest confrontation wasn't random. It came in the wake of Charlie Kirk's passing, a conservative commentator whose rhetoric often targeted marginalized communities. Instead of processing their grief or anger within their own ranks, some of his followers looked outward, aiming that energy at Black congregations. That is misdirected anger. And worse, it's dangerous because once again, Black spaces become the stage for intimidation. Mother Bethel is not just any church. It's the oldest space of land continuously owned by African Americans in the United States. Richard Allen bought it in 1971 after forcefully removed from St. George's Methodist Church for daring to pray in the wrong section. That humiliation sparked a revolution. The creation of the African Methodist Episcopal Church, in other words, the very foundation of Mother Bethel, was resistance. It was born from the need to say, we will worship on our own terms, free from your segregation and your control. Fast forward to 2025, and once again, people are trying to cross the line. The rhetoric is the same. The entitlement is the same. The refusal to respect boundaries is the same. But the response also the same. Black people linking arms, drawing a line and saying you are not coming in. As simple as that. Some of those denied argued that churches are public spaces. They claimed they had a right to enter. But here's the truth. Public access doesn't override sacred protection. A church is not a town hall. It is not a debate stage. It is not a place for political disruption. It is a holy ground set aside for God and for community healing. Think about the imagery here. A human wall. Bodies physically linked together, protecting their space from intrusion. That's not just a barrier, it's a symbol. It's a reminder that sacredness must sometimes be defended with flesh and blood. Just like it was defended 2 centuries ago when Allen and Jones walked out of St. George's and declared independence. The attempt to storm these churches is not innocent. It is ideological. It is racial. It is a part of a long pattern where anger at political disputes turns into attacks on Black sanctuaries. From the civil rights era, when churches were bombed to silence the movement, to Charleston in 2015, when worshippers were unalived during Bible study, to those moments when people try to invade and protest inside Black churches, the thread is the same. These attacks are meant to intimidate, to terrorize, to remind Black people that even their holiest ground is not safe. But the response, time and time again, is resistance. It's defiance, it's courage, and it's the unwavering assertion that sacred spaces will not be discredited. The speakers reacting to these recent events made it clear. Stop playing with Black church. Stop treating it like a political battlefield. Stop targeting it because you don't like what was said about your leaders. The church has never belonged to you. It has always been a space for healing, for survival, for oppressed to breathe freely when the outside world chokes them with hatred. So let's put this in perspective. Charlie Kirk's death was tragic to his followers, but blaming Black preachers for speaking truth, that's not just misplaced. It's absurd. The anger should have stayed within the ranks of those responsible, not redirected at the very communities Kirk often targeted with his rhetoric. Turning his death into a reason to storm Black churches is not mourning, it's aggression. And here's where history echoes the loudest. Every Black church in America carries with it the memory of exclusion, of segregation, of violence. They remember the whites-only sections. They remember the bomb threats. They remember the burning crosses. So when MAGA supporters show up at Mother Bethel claiming they have a right to enter and protest, that congregation doesn't hear free speech. They hear echoes of Alabama in 1960s. They hear Charleston in 2015. They hear danger knocking at the door. And that is why the answer was so firm, so uncompromising. You are not coming in. Not today, not tomorrow, not ever. This confrontation is not just about Philadelphia. It's a message to every extremist who thinks black spaces are open for exploitation. These are not playgrounds for your politics. They are sacred. They are protected. They are defended by people who know exactly what is at stake. So to those who try to force their way into black churches, understand this. You may believe you are making a statement. You may believe you are exercising your rights, but what you are really doing is reviving a violent history that black people refuse to relive. You are reminding them why sacred boundaries exist in the first place. And you are guaranteeing that they will stand together, arm in arm, to hold the line against you. The black church has always been more than four walls. It is a sanctuary. It is a refuge. It is the one place where people, once denied humanity, could come together and declare, we are children of God. That sanctity is not up for debate, and those who try to disrupt it will always be met with the same response that echoes at Mother Bethel. You are not coming in. So I'll end with this. If history teaches us anything, it's that the black church is not fragile. It is unshakable. It has endured segregation, bombs, bullets, and now political rage. And every single time it rises again, stronger, bolder, more determined. That is why those who stand against it always fail. Because when you try to play with black church, you are not fighting individuals. You are fighting centuries of resistance. And you will not win. Guys, drop a comment. Let me know what are your thoughts. Also, remember to subscribe, like, and share as well. And until next time, bye-bye.